Hi, so I am the vegan dragon, or as some of you know me as, Gum 11. Here he is. Oh, his beautiful glory. So you might be aware that I have a stalker, a terrible person who has shown every symptom of being a psychopath and sociopath with a complete lack of empathy, narcissism, etc. Especially the apathy with how much they love animal cruelty and do everything they can to harm animals and those who actually care about animals, like myself. One of the things they have been doing to the victims is they spread horrible lies about us. For me, they of course have been doing have nothing on me, as I'm just a peaceful vegan who tries to save animals. I have a higher education, so I'm supported by science, etc. So they are so desperate to try and find fault with me, that they have targeted the most absurd things, from my dogs, claiming my sweet puppy is somehow murderous, or that I abuse my dying daughters who were murdered by my abusive parents. Um, Even going as far as claiming I ignored the doctor when I never once did. My daughters wanted to die at home, so I granted that wish, as I'm sure everyone else rather die at home than the hospital. Um, and yet the stalker tries to claim that I took them away from the doctors and they died from negligence, that I fed them bad stuff, this crazy, horrible, stupid stuff. It's just absolutely disgusting thing to say to anyone who has lost a baby, especially when you've lost a baby to abuse and cruel circumstances. Um, and so, yeah, they deny I and my daughters were abused, which is denying a victim the story, which is absolutely awful. And they've tried to help my abusive parents find me, to kill me, as my parents want me dead because I'm gay. And they've harassed a school I used to teach at. They've doxed me multiple times, as well as other victims. Thankfully, they have not hacked my accounts as they have some of the other victims, and I'm very proud about that. Which hacking someone's account is a felony, so that tells you exactly the type of people they are. Um, but one of the things they have been trying to lie about me is my art. I went to school for multiple degrees, and one is in art because I love art. It's something I've always been good at and love doing. I have been training, growing, and learning in art for over 15 years now. I went to a great art school. Art is my thing. I'm now very proud to be able to say I make money off my art. I'm a professional artist. So it's no longer solely for hobby or anything. I'm actually making money off of my art. But most of my art is still just like for stories and fun stuff and everything. But I have progressed to the next level of my art making. So the main stalker used to just go on and on, like in the beginning. When they started stalking me about 3 years ago, they would go on and on, just mostly saying I was bad at art and I was terrible. And it's probably just because they were jealous and, because they couldn't draw or whatever. But it's like, if you can't draw, there's nothing to be ashamed about that. Like, everyone has different skills. And as we've seen, especially with genetics and everything, we now know that being an artist is very much a genetic thing. It's not so much just you know, a skill you're born with. Like, yes, you need to practice and so to get better at it, but the mind of an artist has been found to be a genetic thing. It's very interesting, but I won't bore you with all that because genetics and everything is complicated. I love biology, but anyway, we all have different skills. We all good with different things. But to like go and mock someone because they have a skill in something you don't is incredibly childish and just, immature and stupid. It's just being a bully. Um, but since like no one agrees with them that my art is bad, they have now started to claim I trace my art. It's like, what? How is it that me being good at art means I'm tracing art? But that also brings up the question, like, what is tracing? Like, what are they trying? So I have my camera balanced on my lap here, so it's a little tricky though. What is tracing? Well, tracing is used by professionals all the time, especially with comic book artists, concept artists, which is what I do. One of the things I do, and many other professionals. Thanks to digital art, it's now mostly the copying and pasting stuff. But for those of us who still do the traditional art, it often means to put your paper over a photo or another drawing and draw the lines over what you see. Animators use this 99% of the time. Comic book artists also use it. I have some examples of that, such as here with my favorite comic books. You can see some obvious tracing here. Here, of course, with Megatron being traced all along down there. And then, there's some tracing going on right here. This tripod. Try to fix that. And then there was another part, and there's a lot of tracing in comics and everything, but here's another one with like side stripes. So like this is a perfect example of tracing being done at professional level and everything like that. They would either do this, by putting tracing paper on top of the drawing. They trace it and then they use that to copy and paste it. Or or if it was done on digital, it's not too many comic book artists do it. Most of them still do it, pencil on paper. But for those who do it on digital art, they would just, copy and paste it, which kind of is tracing. But anyway, you can trace the paper, use the tracing paper to trace the sketch you've done, and you can move that onto better paper. Like if you did it on printing paper and you're like, oh my goodness, I did a really good job on that, I want to put it on watercolor paper and make it into a really pretty thing, you can do that. Very common, nothing's wrong with that. You still drew it in the end, and it's no one's business how you create the art. The fact is that you do create the art. So especially like one thing I do is if I have to mirror an object, like oh, here's a good example. Like he's perfectly identical on either side minus his Canada, but like that's kind of hard to do if you're doing it on just paper, because human errors, like we're not perfect, we're not machines, so we're gonna make mistakes. So it's nice to you do one side of them and then you take the tracing paper, you trace over that and then flip it over, mirror it and put that down, and voila, you have a finished image. Like that's very common. I've used that when I have to mirror things, or maybe if you need to make something multiple places, like we have a drawing of something and there's this one particular design that's like all over the place, and that's really hard to make the exact same symbol everywhere. Like perfect example is the Autobahn signal. We have it everywhere. Well, it's kind of annoying to like draw that constantly, so maybe you just want to trace it for like a background thing or whatever. Tracing is not cheating. It's not bad. Professionals do it. Everyone does it. I mean, in fact, tracing has existed with professional artists since the Renaissance. Even Leonardo, who was a vegan, he would do it. And other greats used to do it. There was an artist long ago, he invented something using mirrors to like reflect the image onto paper so that they could trace it. This was particularly done with buildings, which buildings are really complicated because you have all these lines and everything that's so particular and everything. If you want to make a really realistic, beautiful drawing, well, best to, trace that and stuff. So yeah, tracing is essential to art as the mediums themselves. And while you may think anyone could trace an object, it takes a true artist to take that outline and shade it and color it to become realistic. And a skilled trained artist to implement those skills, tracing or not, to create a piece that is visually appealing as it follows the foundations and elements of art. This is something my Stalker are going to criticize artists. They lack. They don't know any of this stuff. And as an artist, I teach my students how not just to make their outlines or sketches, but how to color it, shade it, and make use of all the elements and foundations of art, which is very essential. I mean, you see that everything. Now, with that being said, I am going to do a quick sketch to show why the Stalker is, once again, lying through the rotten teeth and why they seriously need to get a fucking life. Since the only art of mine they claim I have traced is my Skyrim dragons, I'll be drawing a dragon from Skyrim, which you already saw. Ugh, I can fix this. It's really funny how they claim I trace my art, and yet they can't find any evidence of me tracing 99% of my art, which comes from my stories. Like, of course, me and, that was the thing I did. Let me get rid of that. There's this, like, they don't have anything on that. They're just claiming, like, I trace all this stuff. Like, it's just like, oh, like, here's even examples. I show you all the steps and everything. Like, it's just stupid. Like, it's seriously stupid. But yeah, it's just like, they don't know anything. Anyway, I'm just gonna prove them wrong. And FYI, I am having to record this with my phone, so I'll apologize for the poor lighting and the focus. My digital camera is weird. About when I do like longer videos and all that. So I'm gonna have to cut up these videos a little bit because my phone is weird that I will only record so much before it like cuts off. So if there's like a random like little snippet or something like it does something weird, that's because of my poor editing. Because like I said, I am not a film student. I am artist, designer, biologist, activist, writer, geek. Like, that's me. I don't do films and everything. So if there's a weird little glitch, I'm sorry, my bad. But yeah, I'm going to see if I can try to do this all and just draw it all in just one sitting without the thing glitching or anything, so that there's no weird bumps in me actually drawing it. So yeah, hopefully the only glitching will be during the talking parts. Okay, so let's begin. Okay, so I'm going to sketch out this dragon, which I already showed you what it looks like. So yeah, again, sorry for the poor lighting and everything. So basically what you're gonna do is you gotta figure out where you want the dragon head to be, where you want the the object is on the paper. So that's what I'm gonna do, and then just to explain it so that you know what I'm doing, I don't have to like stop and explain everything along the way and slow myself down. You ever seen on cartoons where they hold out the pencil and they're like doing like this on it, they're like looking at it? That actually how you measure things, so you can actually make a very accurate measurement by just doing that. And that's why my art is so realistic, and the measurements, because I'm literally measuring things. So if you see my hand disappear for a moment, that's because I'm measuring it, because I'll hold it out like, you know, that, or like, yeah, it's probably easier up here. Yeah, because I have the camera like right in front of my face. Um, so yeah, so I'm gonna be doing that. I'm gonna draw this out really quick. And we hear noises around. That's because there are two cats and a puppy running around, and the cat is literally, you know, right underneath me over there, and there's a puppy over there, and the other cat, I saw her a moment ago. I don't know what's around. Oh, anyway, I shall begin. I'm going to put on some music because I like listening to music as I draw.
Explore, experiment, and engineer with KiwiCo.
Sorry, I'm having trouble seeing with the camera in front of me, so that's why I'm lifting it up.
As a new mom,
Oh my
it's really
goodness.
hard to know when to introduce STEM concepts to your kids. Left
Stupid consoles. Don't they know I'm trying to draw here? laying down. Get hot. Why is she so bad? I love her so much. I don't know why. There's another one. Right there. Okay. No more distractions. Sorry about that. I can't help it. What was I? Oh, there's another one. Hi. I know, Mama. I'm kind of busy right now. What? Right, making my stand fall down. It's not liking how he's coming out. I know, Kitty, it's okay. I know, baby girl. Too bad. Yeah, maybe a little bit higher.
We are
Oh my
Kimiko,
goodness.
and we deliver hands-on STEM projects.
Go
Designed
away. No one likes you. Yeah, 15 minutes. I have to. We do this. Okay, it's walking again. Sorry, camera stopped walking for a little bit. But his tongue needs to come up. Oh my goodness. Not looking quite right. We'll get there. Yeah, I'm just trying to do this really fast, so it's gonna be really sloppy. I do apologize for that. Not my intent to be too sloppy on this. Oh! Oh boy. I mean, the scale dragons are pretty basic. Like, these scales make lines on them, and once you find out where those lines are, like, it's so easy to just find out the rest of the scales. Like, they're very simple dragons. So I can see why someone may think that, you know, an artist is tracing them, because they are really simple and really easy to make. So, I mean, at least for people like me who do nothing but draw dragons, so simple dragons. Maybe people who don't draw dragons that much will find them a little more complicated. Oh my goodness, I hate these commercials. But, you know, the Stalker obviously doesn't do any art, so all they do is not good, and they're not educated in it. So I can see how they would try to think that this is a way to try and make someone look bad, but in the end it doesn't go the way they want it to go. And you would have better luck trying to claim I traced the drawings of my daughters, but you know, because you know those are photorealism. But then again, it's like, even if I were to trace the outline of them, like, it takes a skilled person to even make that then look like, you know, extra foreign stuff. Like this. This is where it gets complicated with them, because you gotta figure out all these lines. That's underneath the eye. That's that big one. Okay, so then this. That's what I'm doing wrong. And so you just need to figure out things. Once you get this stuff figured out, it's not that hard. So this goes into, yep, that goes there. And there's gonna be another line going through here. Yeah, I got probably some finishes. No! Screen, do not go black. Wait, did my computer just turn off? No, don't turn off. Fuck! My computer just turned off. Let me turn that back on. Why would you turn off Jarvis? My reference went down. Oh, I can fix up some of these lines as it's down. Okay, Jarvis, don't ever do that again. Yes, well, you need to stop. Make my... Can I lift this back up? You can see it's back up. Oh, still a puppy over there. Being a puppy. I have two computers, so, you know. It gets complicated with all these computers. But I mean, like, I think it's pretty obvious so far that, you know, I'm not tracing. I'm going to do the hard work of trying to make this shit look like actual shit. Okay, I'm making the lines a little too dark. Normally, you would not make them this dark. You would make them so light that it's barely visible, but because I'm trying to show you these guys, I'm making them darker than normal. This is frustrating me because I'm so used to drawing really, 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 really light so that I can always waste things and, you know, they look, you know, they're gone. But when you live in a world filled with assholes that think it's okay to eat animals even though science shows otherwise. Oh boy. Okay, so this one is... as this music is from The Joker, which Joaquin Phoenix stars in, and Joaquin Phoenix is a huge vegan activist, so definitely follow him and learn more about him. He's amazing. We love Joaquin in this house. He's a stand-up guy. I don't know this part. Okay, hold on. Oh, yeah, that's what I was doing. Just going like this. Oh, looks like this goes underneath here. Okay, yeah, so I need to make these a lot bigger. That's the issue. You see, it's just constant measuring and fixing things around, and then you'll find like, well, things are supposed to be. Don't you dare play another commercial, you. Go away. It's pretty easy because like scales are like line up, so like, you know, you just kind of make them line up with each other, and that's really it. This part actually doesn't have any. So it's like once you figure out a couple things, the rest of it's like super easy. And that's with like most things. You know, you just figure out a couple things and everything else is simple. Mm-hmm. This is what happens when you take a too long of a break from art. You get really bad. It's okay. It's okay. Oh, when I get these creeps thrown in jail for all the crimes they've committed, I will be able to get back to drawing and just concentrate on that. And writing. I gotta do a lot of writing. I'm like so far behind on my writing. Okay, that's something I see. So I made this too low, so it's actually gonna change a lot of that. And this is the artist way. And see, this is mostly what it is. It's me just as I'm drawing, I notice things and I change them up. Now I can see, oh, now I can stick that thing inside, you know.
Lighter, softer, more explosive. Run like never before.
I mean, like, you get the idea. Clearly, you know, I'm not doing any type of like tracing or whatnot. It's just creeps wanting to be fucking assholes. Boy, I mean, fix this thing. There it goes. Yeah, it's kind of hard to tell. I mean, I still need a lot of work on it, but I mean, you can clearly see there was no tracing or anything involved. I did a sketch and I did it like what this was like half an hour. I did all this in just half an hour. And obviously, I'm gonna need more time to go in and fix up the mistakes because like I was, you know, you can tell I was having trouble with this area. Oh, if I can fix this. With this area right here on him, so I need to go in and fix that. Yeah, and it's mostly just this jaw area I need to go in and fix and everything. But otherwise he's looking pretty good. So yeah. Oh, I'm so sleepy. Yeah, I mean you can see clearly what needs to be done on it and everything. But yep, that's it. And those my dog that they think is evil. Oh, there you go. That they think is evil. Clearly, she's lazy and useless. And wherever those cats went off to, there was one underneath my bed. I don't know if you can see it. It's just that black little blow right there. That's all. So yeah, that's it. And let me make this very clear. The use of my art, I've posted it everywhere on my DeviantArt, Facebook, everywhere else. You are not allowed to post my art anywhere or use the names of my characters at all. If you see my art or any names of my characters being shared anywhere that's not one of my personal websites, my social media, whatever. Again, I go by the Vegan Dragon or Gam11, and I have a new logo and everything and watermark for my stuff. If you see any of my stuff out there that's not from one of my personal sites or have my logo watermark on it, that is being illegally distributed, and you can be arrested for copyright infringement. Stealing, sharing my art using my names for my characters is against the law. It's copyrighted to me and me alone. So, Stalker, whoever the fuck you are, as you cowardly hide behind the screen and usernames because you're too much of a coward to dare say anything to my face or reveal your identity. When I find out who you are, you will be going to jail for the stalking, harassment, credible threats of violence, harassing my workplace, doxing me, hacking, and stealing my copyrighted material. This is not a threat, this is a fact. And you will go to jail, and or you will pay me a lot of money for all of this, because the law clearly states that for stalking, making up lies, hacking, and copyright infringement, you can owe the person you've done this to a shit ton of money. I'm talking $10,000 plus. Unless you have $10,000, you probably shouldn't be doing this. Not that you should at all, because that's just illegal and it's wrong to do, and you're a fucking coward. So stop being a fucking coward. Stop what you're doing. Delete everything you ever posted about me and your other victims. Issue a public apology on all your pages, and delete every single account you've ever made on any site that's made deliberately to attack us. And again, delete every single post, message, journal, video, everything you've ever made to attack me, Scorching Whirlwind, or any other one of your victims. You're breaking the law. You need to fucking stop. You need to grow up. You need to learn some basic science. You need to learn some facts. You need to learn how to be a constructive and resourceful and useful member of society. Okay, stop being destructive. Be productive. Understand? I still have to be telling you this, because this is basic being a normal person, okay? For everyone else, please report anything you see him or his minions doing in a private message to me, whether on my website. I still have access to my DeviantArt account, my Twitter, my Facebook. I go by the usernames The Vegan Dragon or Gam11. Again, Gam11. It's pronounced Mleven in his language. Please note me, message me, tell me what you see, what he's doing, any information you have on him, and let us stop this creep before he ends up killing me or one of his other victims, or whoever else he may be around, because he shows every single sign of being a psychopath and a sociopath, and that's not a good thing. And also, everyone, if you have any questions about what's going on, about veganism, biology, whatever, art, please let me know. I am here to answer questions. Please go vegan, watchdominion.com. It's a great documentary that explains everything. Remember, veganism is about peace and compassion and saving lives. So you're not vegan, it means you're harming someone in some place, and that goes for humans and non-human animals alike. It's just about being kind, and you're healthier, and you save the planet, and it's all around the best thing ever. And I know I don't have any regrets for going vegan a decade ago, and you won't have any regrets either. So yeah, educate yourself, talk, learn, and report the bully and his fake accounts he makes about me and everything. And again, I go by the Vegan Dragon or Gam11. And I legally changed my name, so it's no longer the formal name anymore. So if you see that being used around, then you know that that's the stalker impersonating me. Okay, thank you so much, and yeah, go vegan. Have a good one. Say bye-bye, Sophia. She's asleep.